Support for another round comes from Bevel, the first and only complete shaving system designed for men with coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. Clinically proven to reduce and prevent razor bumps. Because, let's face it, your face deserves better. Hi, everyone. I'm Heben.
I'm Tracy.
And welcome to another round with Heben and Tracy. Yes, the return of the air
People
horn.
have been sad without the air horn.
I have been sad. What are we doing today, Tracy?
Well, we are drinking hefty amounts of bourbon.
Whiskey Gingers is the drink today.
We are going to talk about the first time that we've done stuff. This is a new segment in an effort for us to continue to get to know each other and to let our listeners get to know us a little better too. So we're going to be talking about the first time we ever got bikini waxes. Fun times.
Well, you're going to talk about that. I'm going to eyebrow wax.
Oh.
We're also going to do drunken debates again. We haven't done that in a little minute.
Yeah.
And we are interviewing our arch nemesis, Rembert Browne.
We literally could not find anybody else. Listen.
It's not true. We love Rembert. He's a writer at Grantland. If you don't know,
he's all right.
You'll see how all right he is in the interview. Just kidding. We love you, Rembert. Let's get on with the show.
Let's get going.
So this is a new segment we call First. It's basically first time you did anything. This week's topic, you all right there?
I'm okay.
This week's topic is waxing.
Yes.
Tracy.
I make bad decisions routinely.
Before Tracy got hired at BuzzFeed, she live tweeted her first Brazilian wax.
My first Brazilian wax.
And then I remember her being like, wait, all my new coworkers can see this?
Yeah. Because by that time, there were a lot of BuzzFeeders already following me.
Tell us about your first bikini wax, Tracy.
So I have a friend. Her name is Nicole Perkins. She tweets as Tennessee Whiskey Woman. I feel like we reference her a lot on the show. So Nicole was an avid fan of waxing, and I've always been like, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to put yourself through that much pain.
Yeah.
So, and like I always read about like how bad waxing is for your skin. I'm just like, why would people do that on purpose? And why would they pay money to have somebody rip out their pubic hair? That hurts. It's down there for a reason. You need it for stuff. Leave it alone.
So why did you do it?
Because I make bad decisions and I'm very susceptible to peer pressure.
Okay.
Also, the Groupon was pretty cheap. So this happened in Louisville.
Shout out to Groupon.
Shout out to Groupon. Holding it down. I think it was like $40 maybe.
Okay. That's cheap for a Brazilian.
Yes, it is. I overshare, so I was like, I'm gonna live tweet it. So,
what was the hashtag?
If you search the hashtag Brokey's first Brazilian, then you will see the entire thing happen.
This is archived forever. The Library of Congress has these tweets.
My children are probably gonna see this at some point.
Walk us through the day.
Okay, so I lost my keys earlier in the day. It's a very frustrating thing for me because I'm always losing things and it just makes me so frustrated.
I can attest to this.
Yes. Always losing stuff. So the first tweet in this tag says, changing gears from worrying about my lost keys to worrying about having all my pubic hair ripped out in 1.5 hours.
Oh my God.
First of all, we couldn't find the place. It was like in this weird like building that looked like somebody's house.
Wait.
And I was like, we're going to go in there and end up in somebody's basement.
Where is Groupon sending you?
Exactly. That was my exact question. But we finally found the place. And I remember the woman's name being like Tara or Tara or something. She was very, very nice. Very nice. And I was like, hey, listen, kind of nervous. Kind of terrified. She's like, oh, no. It won't be that bad. So I can't remember which of us went first, but I do know that Nicole had already, if she had gone first and she was done by the time I went back. So the second tweet in this hashtag says, I can hear Brokey McPoverty exclaiming from the next room, LOL.
Jesus.
I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm on the table with my legs spread wide. With, like, I'm naked as a jaybird, as my grandmother would say, at least from the waist down.
I have no idea what that means. Aren't all birds naked?
Yeah, technically, yes.
Except penguins.
Oh, they wear tuxedos all the time. It's so cute. Just in case some classy shit pops out there already. I'm there with like my legs splayed wide.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, do I talk to her? And this is the same thing that happened when I got a lap dance for the first time. The first and only time I went to a strip club, I'm like,
What's
okay.
the etiquette?
Exactly. What do I do? Where do I put my hands? Do we have like a normal conversation?
Right.
And of course, when I get nervous, like I have a lot of nervous energy and I just start babbling, right? So, how long have you been doing this?
Getting her whole life story.
Right. So tell me about the advantages between hard wax and soft wax. Like what?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. She was like, if you relax, it'll be a lot easier. And I was like, okay, thank you for that. She was like, yeah, just take some deep breaths. She was like, you can still talk if you want to, but don't forget to breathe. I'm like, okay. So I'm on the table and I'm waiting. So I'm like, how long have you been doing this for? And I just yelled so loud. And I was like, oh my God. And have you ever like been in such an extreme state of anything that you can only laugh? Yes. I just laughed for the rest, like each rip, screaming and laugh. Oh my gosh. And also like she did like the front and the back, which I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
That was
Full
awkward.
Brazilian.
Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck that meant. Yeah. But I was like, what do you mean? Get on my stomach and put my legs where? I'm holding what open? What is happening right now? So it's over, right? And she's like, okay, take a look. And it looked awful. It was ashy, it was red, it was angry. And I was like, this does not look like they do in porn. I think I need a refund. She's like, oh, just give it a day. It'll be fine.
Well, nothing looks like it does in porn.
Right. Well, like when a baby, like a newborn baby, like cries forever and their face is like all wrinkled up and red. It looked like a newborn baby having a tantrum.
Oh my God.
Later, like the next day, like once all the irritation was gone and stuff, and I was like, okay, I get it. I get it now. And like, I just
what does that mean?
It felt great. It was so soft and so smooth and silky, and like I just couldn't stop. Like whenever I would go to the bathroom and I would like be reminded of how silky it is, I'm like, ooh, I should touch it one time. And like laying at home, I would just like it was just
jumping into like fresh linens.
Yes, that exactly. So after that, I went regularly until I couldn't afford it anymore. AKA when I moved to New York and everything is like $1,000.
Right.
So I'm thinking of starting a Kickstarter, like a fund. If you would like to donate to
regular Brazilians for Tracy.
So, Heben, your first waxing experience was your eyebrows, right?
Yes, and it was a disaster. Let me tell you the story of middle school Heben getting her eyebrows waxed. I have thick ass eyebrows. This was before Cara fucking what's her face, Delavine, whatever her name is. The model with thick eyebrows.
She white?
Of course she's white.
Of
course white girls made thick eyebrows in, Still salty about this. But as a kid, I had like thick ass eyebrows. Like my mom wouldn't even like let me shave for like a long time. I was just like, everybody else is shaving.
How long is a long time?
I feel like it was middle school. I guess that's not a long time.
It's not.
It felt like astronomically long to me. Because, once everyone starts doing stuff, you're just like, why am I so behind?
Yeah.
I couldn't even like shave my legs for a while. Waxing my eyebrows was like a big milestone for me. And I know I needed to do it. It was a disaster zone. Yeah, because I do it now. So we went to the mall, of course. This is like pre-Yelp when you like figured out which one's the good one, which are patient and like use the right materials.
How do we find these places before Yelp existed?
I don't know.
To trash it.
Yeah, I just went to the mall. So I went for the first time. It was painful as fuck. I hadn't even like plucked my eyebrows before.
Oh no.
So this is a horrible thing to do.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
The lady went so quickly, didn't ask me anything about my preferences.
Like she wasn't like going like a hard arch or something like that?
I was just like, make them nice. And she just went ahead and did it.
Oh no.
So
I'm so nervous right
now.
when
When you wax and the skin underneath is like, it doesn't tan. So it's like a different color.
Yeah.
So I was like 4 different shades more light skinned on that eyebrow situation. And it was so obvious. I kept asking my sister, like, can you tell? Can you tell? And she's like, no, it's not that bad. I was like, are you sure? It was a disaster. And they were so thin because like back then, if you saw thick eyebrows, the fix was make them tiny as fuck.
Right. Oh.
So I go to school. I'm like, I'm walking down like, yeah, I just
Together,
got my eyebrows done.
Snatched, girl.
I was like feeling my look. And I saw my friend Alex and I was like, hey, notice anything different about me?
Oh no.
He was like, yeah, you fucking got your eyebrows down. Finally. I was like, So first of all, ain't shit motherfucking friend. Why did you tell me to do him earlier? Everyone knew. But also, he was right. He wasn't lying. That is the end of the story.
Was that the only time you got him waxed?
Yeah, I was like, never again. One, I don't trust white people with your eyebrows. Why did I do that? Do them yourself. Two, I'm not Cara Delevingne, so like I can't rock the thick the way I want.
You could, though.
Well, I've gotten to a point where I know what I want.
So how
So fuck
do
Cara.
you groom them now?
Just plucking. I'm like a regular plucker. 7th grade Heaven, it's okay.
Oh,
you're gonna make
Heaven.
it. Your eyebrows will be in soon. Soon enough, thanks to the white girls.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first time getting a wax.
I feel so much closer to you now.
Oh, Tracy! We are very excited to have our arch nemesis,
Dun, dun, dun.
Rembert Browne, on the show today. Rembert's a senior
Your
writer.
air horn sucks.
Yo.
Rembert's a senior writer at Grantland. A friend of ours is a generous description.
We know each
Very
other.
generous reading. Yeah.
We know of each other.
We
Follow
run
each
in the
other
same
on
circles,
Twitter.
I think.
So we like to start all our interviews by asking, what do you do and why?
What do I do and why? That's a technique in the recording industry. You just repeat the question back. That's what I'm doing.
Hold on. Let me write this down.
I write things on the internet with some frequency. As the years have gone on, they've been more and more things I care about, and less just like pumping stuff out for the mere purpose of pumping stuff out. And I do it because I think that I respect kind of having a platform. I think it's a big deal. I don't take that for granted. I know that this is not the average life of a 28-year-old black man in America. So I still like doing it. So that's the why, more than anything else, more than occasionally getting sent Jordans.
Does that happen to you?
Sometimes.
What?
I know.
Are you allowed to keep them when you're sent them?
So I have this rule because I'm a very principled person.
Sure.
That every other free thing that winds up on my desk, I give to my roommate. That's how I validate
Do you
it.
have a roommate?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. I don't know if this is an invisible roommate.
His name is Rembert Browne, and he also wears a size 10 and a half.
Rembert had a very short-lived podcast called Rembert Explains. And one of the questions you ask people that I really love is, what's something you're into now that you never thought you'd be into?
Ooh.
Or what's something you were once into that you're not into anymore?
Tables have turned.
I am in a legendary oysters renaissance right now.
What?
It's taken over my life.
I saw your
that
tweets
mean?
and you were like,
I just-
Uber, but for oysters. What does that even mean?
Nothing. And it doesn't mean anything. But the point is, I can't stop thinking about oysters. I position myself around 6 p.m. to be near places that have $1 oysters until 7, so I can just walk in, be like, 12 oysters, water, and I'm out of here.
That sounds
Boom,
disgusting.
boom. No, these are nice. It's not like Arby's. It's like these are nice places in New York City.
But they're still oysters, though.
Wait,
okay.
so does this
this is-
fall into the thing you weren't into? Or
I'm gonna get into this. Sometimes we as black people are scared to
I'm
take
already
chances.
not into this. I'm not into it at all.
We are scared to take chances like yogurt. I didn't know about yogurt forever.
What?
'Cause
That is
my-
a Rembert thing.
Black
That is
people
not
know
a black
about
people
yogurt.
thing.
No. Black people did not always know about yogurt. What? I know this as fact. If you ask someone,
This is not true.
No.
this is
The
just
rest
true.
of your sentence is a lie.
Yeah.
No.
Please continue.
whatever you're about to say next is a lie.
Black people just learned about oysters and yogurt. And so I was like, oh, I'm scared of oysters. I don't they're slimy. And I
Valid.
was
These are
like,
valid.
Yeah, these are
And
all
then-
my
expectations
concerns.
to have.
and then I was like, I'm gonna get some oysters because I'm brave. And then I had one. I was like, I'll have 20 more. Also, they're like kind of an arts and crafts project. You can like dribble, you can like hit them all with lemon, and then put some of that like red stuff on it, and then put some of like the there's like this kind of darker red stuff on it, and then it's just like it's so much fun.
I believe that's the technical term.
I feel like there are a few things more inspiring than watching a man be proud of a mediocre thing that he's done. This is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Live.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm happy for you. However, I've done the same thing, but I have never given a soliloquy over how brave I was because I slurped down an animal out of a shell.
That's fine.
I want to give the people a little background on who you are and how you came to be. So you're from Atlanta.
Boom.
Growing up in Atlanta means you have a tattoo of what is that for the people?
It is so a little Atlanta history for all you history nerds out there. Atlanta was burnt down in the Civil War by this asshole named Sherman. And the city was like, yo, let's build back up. Boom. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. This phoenix, which is on my left bicep, which used to be much bigger.
I'm sure.
The bicep.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
But we were working on it. Operation Swole
That
Summer.
looks like the
Right.
Diplomats logo.
Yeah, but
It
Atlanta.
looks like a dream catcher.
Atlanta. These are both okay. These are both true. This is a Dipset Dreamcatcher Phoenix. But yeah, I'm from Atlanta. It is my home. I often miss it.
I feel like Atlanta teens run Vine. If you were like a teen right now, would you be on Vine?
And
If I-
so what would you find about?
If I was a teen right now, I would not graduate middle school. Like the combination of technology and being a teen in Atlanta is just too much. It's like there should be like magnet schools in Atlanta for Vine.
Seriously?
Like seriously, like there are like collections of kids who like made the Nene possible.
Yeah.
And I watch, shout out to Heritage High School, because I watch that video every week. I watch them in the parking lot. It's like one of the best shot videos I've ever. It's like NYU film students, but they're just high school kids. Them just like doing the Nene, and it's the best. Atlanta teens are very weird. It's like it's somehow everyone is different, but it's okay. Like you can have like the kid who's like just voguing and like amazingly flamboyant, like voguing against like the biggest goon, and everyone's like, this is tight because it's Atlanta and we're all on Vine.
So who were you in high school? Like what was your type?
I was an athlete.
Why did you laugh, Tracy?
I was clearing my throat. I had something stuck.
That seemed you should never do that again.
What sport?
I play basketball
Oh,
and I play tennis. You know, both sides of town.
yeah. Yes.
I went to like the hippiest high school in like the South. We called our teachers by like first name. I was like, "What's up, Martha?"
Those are
so
the
wild
best
to
teachers,
me.
though. Those are the best teachers to have.
And like we didn't really take a lot of tests. It was just like write papers about your feelings. I was built to be an internet writer. I was like, I have no facts and I'm just spewing opinions that have no basis in anything. So, but I was also into musical theater, which I still am. I was in the 2003 production of Les Mis.
Who were you in Les Mis?
Chorus member number 5.
That is my favorite musical.
That would be wrong. I was a student, also known as chorus member number 3, who died bravely and valiantly on the barricade.
So this means that you can sing?
I sang with my body, you know. I was more
What
of
does
a.
that mean?
I just performed without opening my mouth. It was just like a lot of like. Les Mis is the greatest musical of all time.
Agreed.
It is just fire from the
10
beginning.
respect points. You are doing great.
Boom! Thank you.
So from Atlanta, you went to Dartmouth, which
Bang
is
bang.
Really?
black ass place to white ass place. What was that like?
I had no white culture shock. I mean, I had I had real wealth culture shock.
I had that same experience
Black and
at
white.
Columbia. Yeah.
Black and white. Being from Atlanta, the majority of the black folk that I knew, which were many, many, many black folk, like were, like slave descendant of like African American slave black, been in the South forever.
Right.
Black. When I got to Dartmouth, the majority of the black student body was like first and second generation, West Indian, Jamaican, like Guyanese, like all that, and that was a universe that I had just not been exposed to as much, and that was like a wonderful thing for me, because in my mind I had one view of blackness. I would have good friends who were like first or second generation. I'd meet their parents, and like their parents had very different ideas of assimilation and what it meant to go to this school, and like holding on to blackness and all this stuff than what I was sent off to school doing. And that wasn't a bad or good thing. It was just like I'm glad, like if I had stayed in the South, or if I had stayed in Georgia or something like that, like I might not have been exposed to that until I got to New York. So like that was a big thing. I mean, the wealth thing like blew my, like just like growing up, like I thought one of the richest people I knew was my friend Paul's dad, like owned like 3 Wendy's. And I was like, yo, this is like the richest man I know. Like through age 10, like this is like my model for like black businessman.
Oh man.
Also, Dartmouth's where I started writing.
So you graduated at the height of the recession.
Ooh, 09. No money. I was like applying for places that were like, we'd love you to come intern here, and in like 18 months we might be able to like pay you something. I was
my God.
but I already signed my lease.
And so then you find yourself on Air Force One interviewing the freaking president of the United States.
The next day.
The very next day. Okay, so
A few years transpire.
Right. I want to talk about this, but first and foremost, I have to ask the most important question to me. This is basically the entire reason that I was like, okay, I will allow Rembert in the studio.
I'm so excited right now.
Okay. What did President Obama smell like?
All right, let me tell you something about this man. This man's hands were so wonderfully moisturized when I shook them. It was just
My drink is still empty.
I was like shaking hands with like the Aveda store. It was just like so.
You know what? My ex
nice.
did the same thing. He randomly saw him in downtown Philly and shook his hands, and I hated him for months.
I was just like, wow, like,
What kind of cocoa butter does he have?
Just like
He must have the most special
What is
cocoa
the
butter.
budget on cocoa butter?
Wait. Let's refocus. What did he
All right, so for the people who don't know,
Okay.
one, what does he smell like? But two, how did this happen?
Okay.
Right. All that. But what did
Like
he smell like?
the less important things are I ended up on a plane with Barack Obama on Air Force One, headed to Selma for the 50th anniversary of the Edmund Pettus Bridge crossing, Bloody Sunday, to interview him and ask him a question. Part of that plane ride was myself and 4 other journalists ending up in a room with him, asking him one question. But before that happened, I had to shake his hand and walk by him and smell him, which is the point Tracy wanted to get to.
Oh my God, tell me everything.
This might be a little disappointing,
Oh my God, I hate you already.
but I have a really, really bad sense of smell.
What does that even mean?
Like I didn't when I walked by him, I was like, I wonder if it's gonna be like cucumber melon. I wonder if it's gonna be lavender. I don't know. And it was just like, it just like smells like Obama. He just smells like the president. Like he just smells like just like a black, like he smells like Black and Milds.
I'm satisfied with this.
I mean, he smells like Marlboro Reds. Let's be real.
Okay, not so much.
He can't smoke on the plate.
Oh my God, I hate you.
I would smoke 50 packs a day if I was the president. Also, wait, can I tell you one story?
Please.
Yes.
Quick story. This is how baller Barack Obama is. As the plane is landing, he is still answering the final question from Charles Blow from the New York Times. Charles asked this incredibly smart, amazing 6-part question, he's just so smart, and Barack was just okay, and just starts answering it. But while he's answering it, the plane is going on his descent, and like the whole plane is like rocking back and forth, and stuff is like falling all over off the table, and he's still like, as he's like falling all over, he's still answering the question like nothing's happening.
Oh my God, he's perfect.
Like he wasn't even like people are like bracing everything on the table, including him. And he's still like, well, like the civil rights movement was very important. I was just like, this is you were just too good at your job.
Oh, my heart.
So I don't have the smell. I feel like I let you down.
You did. I'm glad that you know this. I mean, I guess it's not your fault that your nose is broken. I'm sorry. That
I'm sorry.
Man.
Okay, so you've written a lot at Grantland, but you also write still on your personal blog.
Every now and then. And
you wrote a blog post called Everything is Embarrassing that I thought was really interesting.
I did write. I was in a bad mood one day.
One of the lines that sticks out to me is, there's no longer a space to improve as a person publicly online.
I did write that.
Also, Rembert's Tumblr is called Rembler. Beautiful. Work of art. But I mean, what do you make of the like contemporary media landscape?
I was glad that I had a year to write very pseudo publicly, in the sense that it was a public blog, but it was my own personal thing, and I could like work out some things. Like, I wasn't really on Twitter yet. I didn't have like a following, so
you tried to quit Twitter and you failed.
God, I made it 7 days.
Oh my God.
Why? Why did you fail?
I failed because I was spending so much time thinking about, like, I'd be walking and like think of something. I'd be like, yo, that was a fire tweet idea. And then,
it's so real though. It's so real.
And I'd be like, oh, but like, and then I was just spending time thinking about tweets that I wasn't sending. That I was like, I'm not actually saving any time. I'm just stressing over the idea of not tweeting, and that's taking up more of my time. Like,
why were you trying to do it in the first place, though? It seems very related to your blog post.
It's because I think I'm very anti-performative whenever I can help it. I just
but
think,
performative what?
I think there's like a look at me because I'm like self-conscious about something, or look at me and don't look at them. Like, look at me, I'm better than them.
Are you talking about on Twitter or just in writing?
I mean, I think most of it is on Twitter. Just because, like, with a lot of writing, there's like some like editorial process. Like, you can't just get away with anything for the most part. But with Twitter, it's like, I want, this is maybe my like hippy dippiness, but it's like, I want everyone to like be their best self. And I want people to win alongside other people winning. And I feel like this is still like there's still like this universe in which people aren't confident enough that they can win on their own, that in order for them to win, they need to like do that by pushing someone else down, or like, look at how smart I am because I told you why that person is dumb. People are just throwing bombs at people and not knowing who like the victims are. And it's
not
like,
caring who the victims are.
Or not caring. It's just like, I need to show that I can throw bombs.
And also that instant validation and gratification is so addicting, I think, and intoxicating. That people, that people don't care like who the casualties are in the course of them having some internet stranger be like, you're smart, you did good, you're funny.
It's like, oh, I said this thing calling out that person, boom, retweets. Like, I must be onto something.
These are all the hugs my mother never gave me.
I'm like, there's also something behind that. You know? For me, it comes down to like, I don't see this as like a competitive landscape. But I know it is a competitive landscape.
I also feel like white media people always have their favorites, and there's only so much room for their favorites.
Yo, I think black media people have their favorites and only have room for their favorites.
Really?
Also. Oh my God, come on, absolutely. I mean,
you're definitely one of their favorites.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck though. So like, I mean, I think the most dangerous thing about Twitter and media is like, if you've never felt that type of validation, or no one's ever told you were good at something, or no one's ever complimented you in a real way before you got on Twitter and that started happening, like, of course you're going to buy into it.
Yeah.
Like,
so where do you get feedback, like meaningful feedback? When was the last time someone told you, like, what was that? Why did you write this?
I mean, I get like edited like very hard. So like I get like kind of ego shattering edits on the regular, which is
Like just through Grantland
yeah,
editors.
from age 24 to 28.
Right.
Having that happen probably saved my life. People being like, I know you thought that was hot. It wasn't that hot. Like, it's not ready yet.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
yo, I got a classic coming. They're like, ooh, those first 3 paragraphs, kind of garbage. Like, so it's like, oh, like now I'm like, thank you so much for that happening. But like if I ever let the really high compliments and the really super rude negative stuff register, I'm gonna like lose my mind.
Word.
So it's like this little middle ground that I really focus on.
You have 1 million Tumblrs. And I think that's my favorite strategy for Tumblr. You should just have 1 million of them.
I have at least 300 Tumblrs. This is my favorite thing. I'm so glad you brought this up.
I can tell you get so much joy out of it. So what are a few of the standoff Tumblrs you've created? Standalone Tumblrs.
So I mean, like the only Tumblr that I've created that has like any cultural relevance is Peak Blackness.
Yes.
Which will stand the test of time. Peak Blackness is a Tumblr dedicated to 2 or more like wonderful, legendary Black people hanging out together
And just being ultra Black.
What's the most recent edition?
Oh, it was Drake, Kanye, and Will Smith hanging out at OVO
yes.
Too much Blackness in one place.
Will Smith just dissing Meek Mill in Philly by showing up.
I love your Tumblrs.
And then I made a Tumblr called the Route 101 through 200.
Yes.
I'm
so
so
for everyone
proud.
who doesn't know, The Root publishes the Route 100, which is a mix of like celebrities, writers, like political people.
The 100 most important Black people in America.
Yes.
Yes.
So Rembert went ahead and just made the Route 200.
I was so mad. I was like, 2014, I felt like was the single blackest year of my life. And I was like, I've gone above and beyond the Call of Duty to make this list, and I didn't get on it. So I was like, well, who are the 100 that were just on the bubble? So I made the Route 101 through 200, and it's a beautiful Tumblr.
It is beautiful.
It is very
Some
beautiful.
of the few people on here, the media takeout copywriter.
What number?
That is number 190.
Yes.
Definitely a lot of like journalists and
Yeah,
stuff.
some journalists.
Dope people. 184 is Team Followback.
That's a good one.
My personal favorite is number 113, the Mirror Instagram Effect app. Black people love themselves some Mirror
my God. It's
Instagram
like,
effects.
It's so wonderfully hood. It's just like, yes.
Right. My favorite was the gif of the preacher who turns into a fighter plane, which was somehow on there above me, but that's okay because he deserves it. He deserves it.
He deserves it. And I think he might make the actual list this year. I'm holding out hope for the preacher that runs and then turns into a fighter jet.
Shout out to the Route 100. All right, time for a refill.
Yes.
First of all, Rembert requested 40.
I would love one of those right now.
So we're going to do a little refill.
Yes, please. I'm nowhere
Yes,
near
please.
drunk enough for drunken debates.
Yeah.
Can I have just straight, like no mixer? Let's take a break. Support for another round comes from Bevel, the first and only shaving system designed to reduce razor bumps and help you achieve smoother, clearer skin.
Which brings us to our next installment of Talking Shop, where Zach sits down with his barber and asks the questions they never get around to in the chair.
Hey, I'm Zach McKnight, a creative in advertising at BuzzFeed, and I'm sitting here with my barber, Louis Madrid. Hey, Louis.
Hey, Zach.
How's it going?
It's going good.
What kind of haircuts did your mom used to give you?
Oh, like a marine cut. Like I would get like Caesar, like a tool around, or I literally used to get a bowl cut. And yeah, she would put a bowl on my head and would just buzz it up to the line of the bowl.
So if I were to want to give myself like a straight razor shave at home, what advice would you give me?
To always pick up your skin on top of the razor, to pull your skin and slide the razor down, and don't slide your hand side to side.
For sure, that makes sense. All right, Liz, thanks again for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Another Round listeners can head to getbevel.com and use the offer code Another Round to get 1 month free. Once again, that's offer code Another Round at getbevel.com. You have been unexpectedly delightful, Rembert Browne.
Man, thank you. Oh, what a compliment to get.
But before we let you go, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to do drunken debates. But before we do drunken debates, we are going to do our rapid fire question segment called Pew 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 Pew. First, how do you feel about squirrels?
Oh, they used to fucking run into my mom's house into the chimney. I hate them. Especially black
house?
Especially and, like into get into the walls and like black squirrels with wings. I hate them.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Excellent
God.
answer.
Great answer. 112 or Jagged Edge?
Jagged Edge. Duh. Next question.
Bam! Oh, why have
yo.
we not had you on the show before? Where have you been during all these conversations?
Cupid
and
is a banger,
fights?
but Jagged Edge is just legend.
Great answer. What is something that you have an irrational fear of?
Ghosts.
That is not irrational.
No,
That is perfectly rational.
Who should not be afraid of ghosts?
What is your favorite chapter of Trapped in the Closet?
The one that ends is a midget.
I knew it. I knew it.
But the man is a midget. I can't remember which one that is.
Oh my
It's like
God.
15 maybe.
Oh God, so important. Do you pronounce it GIF or GIF?
GIF. You said it wrong. I didn't
Fucking
correct.
hell. Hey,
it's your show.
Hey,
It's your
thank
show.
you. Thank
It's
you.
your show.
Thank you. All right, let's do one more. Would you rather watch a tape of your parents having sex or have your entire office watch a tape of you having sex?
Oh, I would love my entire office to watch that. I think it would bring us so close together. I think it would be beautiful. Absolutely.
A bonding experience.
Yeah.
It would be.
Vine.
Just a vibe?
Yeah, it's just like,
All right.
bing,
Those
bang.
last 6 seconds like a bond. I'm sorry. We can cut that out.
A series of vines.
Do not
Yes,
cut that
a
out.
series
It's a
of
lot
vines.
of vines. Like 100,000 vines is like one sex.
Yes,
Oh my
one
gosh.
sex, 1 unit of sex.
1 unit of sex.
When your girl come through, Nikki gon' crush her. And tell your man play the back like a spine. He only lasts 6 seconds like a vine.
All right, so Tracy is the reigning champion of drunken debates. Is that like your parade? What's that? Are you guys done? Are you guys done? So I think it'd be a little fun if we had Rembert doing some drunken debates with us.
All right, fine.
So I will be the judge. It will be Tracy versus Rembert. Heben is referee.
If there's one thing I don't mind, it's losing.
Oh, awesome.
But
All
I
right,
will
this is
win.
going to be beautiful.
Great.
But I will win.
No, I didn't even hear anything that you said after. If there's one thing I don't mind, it's losing.
Right.
All right.
Perfect.
Yo, palms are sweaty.
Mom
Mom
spaghetti.
spaghetti. I'm ready.
All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yes. Okay. So
We're pulling from our proverbial hat, which is actually a cup.
yes,
I
it's
just got
a cup.
drunk. It just happened.
All right. I have my topic. You may pull yours. Also, I want people to know that I'm not even drunk.
This is lies.
Okay, Rim, what you got?
Oh, Drake.
Hell, I knew this was gonna happen.
I did another one.
What you
Oh
got,
my
Tracy?
God. Ugh. I got highway rest stops.
I might let you pick again.
Nah. I got what
can
I
if you
got.
want.
I'm sticking with it. That's how the game works. I ain't no punk. I'm good.
All right. We're going to get 2 minutes on the clock for this
Okay.
debate.
All right.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, sure.
Y'all ready for this?
As our guest, you may begin.
All right. So for the multiple weeks now, my man Aubrey Drake Graham has literally ruined a man's career. A grown ass man was once a reputable, liked figure, and now he is just N-word from Philly that Philly doesn't even want to represent.
Yes.
Case in point, Will Smith, Philly's own, West Philadelphia born and raised, showed up at Drake's concert and was like, yo, you remember how lame Meek is? And then him and Kanye and Drake just laughed. They're like, ha! Oh my God. We are now in like it is multiple weeks and Meek Mill cannot respond. Also, Meek now works in a highway rest stop.
Okay. Good, valid points. That's fine. So Drake is having a great few weeks, but rest stops have had a great forever. Okay, because when you are driving down long highways, you're tired, you're hungry. What you gonna do? Call Drake? Drake's not gonna come help you. You're gonna pull over. You're gonna go to this highway rest stop. Now, it may be impressive to end Meek Mill's career. I could end Meek Mill's career. I can't even rap. All right. Second of all, Drake probably didn't write back to back. So did Drake really end his career?
Wow.
Or did Quentin do that? Probably Quentin. Bloop, bloop. Also, highway rest stops have snacks. Everybody likes snacks.
True. Let me tell you something about Meek Mill. I have sources tell me Meek Mill applied for a job at a highway rest stop. And he was overqualified. That's how garbage highway rest stops are. They were like, Meek Mill, you have too much talent. You have too much social status to be here. You can't be here, Meek, sorry. Also, one thing about highway rest stops. The clothing that they sell there.
They sell clothes at highway rest stops?
Yeah.
You've clearly never been to a highway rest stop.
I've definitely been to a highway rest stop. Also,
And that's time. Sorry, guys.
I've definitely been
The
to a
clock is running out.
All right.
So,
Drum roll.
You know, I love me some snacks, but you cannot beat the,
Oh my God. Imagine a
weekend-
world with no highway rest stops. You can't do it. You can't. You would have to pee in a bush, Heaven. I hope you have to pee in a bush one day.
Yeah, maybe
I'm sorry,
maybe you
I'm
should have
sorry.
said that. Maybe you should have brought up the P point.
You didn't bring that up in your debate. So I think this round goes to Rembert and Drake.
You are selling me out for a man. I can't believe you would ever do that.
All right, next round, y'all.
Fine, next round.
There are multiple rounds?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Round 2, y'all.
I hope you pick highway rest stops again. I hope they're all highway rest stops.
All right, what you got, Rembert?
I got think pieces.
Tracy, what do you have?
I have skateboards. Cool.
All right, this round is think pieces versus skateboards.
2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock.
Tracy,
right.
ladies first.
Thank you. Ready? And go. Everybody hates think pieces. Nobody needs think pieces. I don't care what you think about the latest thing in Cosmo where they forgot to put a black lady in the thing. I don't care what you think about the politics of Donald Trump's wig. I don't care. Everybody has an opinion. Nobody cares about yours. Skateboards help the environment. They're good for your body. You can work out while getting from A to B. You can get to work. If you don't go to work, you get fired. You want to stay home and write a think piece? Fine. You're not going to have a job tomorrow. That's on you. Nobody needs think pieces. Nobody.
Oh, cool. My turn. Skateboard.
I like this song.
No one,
Continue to
literally,
sing it.
no one cares about skateboards. Yo, I'm out here every morning I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm about to write the best fucking think piece ever.
God. What
I'm
an
gonna be-
embarrassing thing to admit.
I'm gonna be
out
like,
loud.
I want to wake up and I'm gonna write 10,000 words and it's about being a man in America.
Who the fuck
and how
cares?
and how
Who needs
and how hard that is.
Oh my God.
And how we are losing control of America
Right.
to women.
Oh.
Think piece. Did it. Give me a bonus.
Okay.
White America man.
Literally nobody cares about the male struggle. No one cares. No one wants to read that. Do you know what people do enjoy?
What?
Living life.
Oh, where?
Living for a long time.
4 wheels.
4 wheels. Getting you to where you got to be. Metro passes are expensive. You know what is not, probably.
Getting a bike. A bike.
Okay, a bike, fine. If you can't get a bike, if you want something more challenging, Get a skateboard.
Here's the-
Skateboards is so fucking cool. You can wear Converses and
Tracy, let me. It's not to do it.
And the time is out. It's a lot faster than you think. I'm sorry, Rembert.
Roll the clip. I'm not sure that was 2 minutes.
I gotta admit, both of these are a little weak.
Do you remember how I came in with the bars? There was a silence. There's never been a skateboard.
I was impressed by the skateboard.
We didn't pause for a long
We
time.
did.
I had a good argument.
So
What do you mean?
my ruling is gonna go with Tracy.
This is
Honestly, you didn't bring up Tony Hawk skateboarding video games.
Fuck is Tony Hawk?
Oh,
That's why
Tracy,
she should
You're
lose.
losing right
She
now.
just-
Don't do this.
You already declared me
I
the
already
winner.
did
That was
declare you
fine.
the winner, but
bullshit.
What?
you both of you could have made better arguments. All right, so we're gonna go into our
So we gotta have a
tiebreaker round.
tiebreaker.
This,
Oh, man.
this round is
Oh,
only
man. Oh,
1
man. We should freestyle
minute.
the last one.
This shit seems fixed.
You guys only have 1 minute.
All right,
Make your
fine, 1
arguments
minute.
succinct,
Got it.
to the point.
Oh, you were so done. You were so done.
All right, what you got, Rembert?
Turtlenecks. No, we can't even do it. Just give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. We can't even do it. We can't even do it.
What you got, Tracy?
Oh, I got mayo. Damn. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's
This
do it.
round, we got 1 minute on the clock.
1
We
minute
got
on the clock.
turtlenecks
All right.
versus mayo.
Okay. Who's going first? I went first last time. You go ahead.
I'll go first.
All right.
Rembert, start your argument.
Go.
Yo, when I want to look like a wealthy ass man, I open my closet. I look at my closet, nothing but fucking turtlenecks. I'm gonna get my turtleneck. I'm gonna put it. Do that terrible thing where I have to put it over my head, and I put my blazer on. I'm like, yo, I look wealthy. I look like I own a townhouse in Brighton Beach. I'm a grown ass man. I have equity. Your turn.
Nah. The only people who wear turtlenecks are awful white men and creepy men. That's it. That's the only people wearing turtlenecks. You know who uses mayo? Motherfuckers who enjoy a good meal. People who enjoy a good sandwich. Nobody wants a dry ass turkey sandwich. Nobody wants that. Mayo will upgrade your shit. Plus, you can have flavored mayo. What? You can
Wait,
have
no,
Chipotle
never
mayo?
bring up flavored mayo. Get out of here. Get out of your own set. There is
I'm
no such thing
sorry
as flavored
that
mayo.
You
No,
are
no, it
intimidated
doesn't.
by people who enjoy robust flavors
No, mayo.
on their sandwiches.
Mayo, more like salad dressing. Hellman's.
And our time is up, ladies and gentlemen. So these are interesting arguments.
Got him.
I gotta say, both of these are pretty ridiculous.
What?
But I was intrigued by the flavored mayos.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, Rembert.
Is bullshit.
I was thinking about it. I was like, it's true. Turtlenecks do convey wealth. But
however,
flavored mayos always get me.
This is amazing.
You should have brought up aioli.
yes, I should have. I was going to.
Lightweight,
I
rich
should've brought it up.
people, rich people mayo.
Podcast is bullshit. Fucking, I'm
Thank
outta
you
here.
so much for playing with us, Rembert.
You were a formidable opponent,
Yes.
mostly, for the most part. You did all right.
Didn't even know who Tony Hawk was.
Still, oh, he's the white dude that does. I
Tracy.
thought he did snowboarding.
I'm so upset
I
about
cannot
this.
believe she won.
I'm upset I made her the winner.
I lost.
Well, this has been fun.
It has been
Wait, did we record any of this? Are we gonna publish this? This is amazing. Oh my god.
Thank you so much for kicking it with us.
This was great.
Where can people find your work?
At Rembert on Twitter, Rembert Browne on Grantland, at Rembert on Instagram, and most importantly, Rembert Browne on LinkedIn.
Most importantly,
I
Amen,
believe
amen.
he's listed as Jon Stewart on The Daily Show on LinkedIn.
No, just the host of
Excuse
the Daily
me.
Show.
And that's Rembert.
Yeah, it's phonetic.
and then Brown has an extraneous E on the end because
He's
Yeah.
bougie
you
like
wanted
that.
to be fancy.
Yeah, it's not phonetic.
And if your podcast ever happens again,
Can I say something? I'm gonna do a last podcast. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I've already planned out my last
Okay.
podcast, and it's gonna be 6 hours long. Oh my god! And it's gonna be like the last episode of Arsenio, where every single person comes through for like 20 minutes and just
episode.
like pays their respects.
Yes.
To the
I
first black.
forgot all about this episode.
So they're gonna pay their respects to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, cause like the reason like y'all have a podcast is because I had a podcast first.
All right, you gotta fucking go.
This is why we began by
You gotta
saying this is
leave.
our arch nemesis.
Right.
Rembert's
God.
leaving, y'all. Thank you for stopping by, Rembert.
Bye.
Yo, my podcast ran.
Nobody
so
cares.
Y'all
Nobody
could fly.
I hate you so much. Get out of here. Get out of this dude. You guys loved Stacey Marie Ishmael.
As well, you should.
Yes. And we really want to make her a regular correspondent on our show. So we are going to officially do Stacey's Career Corner.
Aww.
So if you have any questions career related that you want someone as wise as Stacey Marie to answer, please email us at anotherround@buzzfeed.com or hit us up on Twitter or Facebook.
What a
Another
world.
Round. Yes.
You guys are going to get your lives upgraded
Listen.
for free.
Yes.
For the free.
So she's going to answer a few questions. We're going to try to make this a regular thing.
yeah.
So
awesome.
hit us up, y'all. All your career and job questions.
Heben.
What up?
We did it once again. I'm always so amazed when
Every time we finish a show.
of a show. Let's buy some rounds. Who
Yes.
you buying around for?
So I am buying around for Tig Notaro. She is a comedian. She just released her Netflix special, which was like kind of following her around for a year. She did this infamous, incredible set where she talked about having breast cancer.
I have cancer. How are you? Hi, how are you? Is everybody having a good time? I have cancer. How are you? It's a good time. Diagnosed with cancer. Feels good. Just diagnosed with cancer. God. It's weird because with humor, the equation is tragedy plus time equals comedy. I am just at tragedy right now. That's just where I am in the equation.
You know how I love sad things?
I do know how you enjoy that.
And people who make joy and light out of like the things they're dealing with. So it was basically like an hour-long set about being diagnosed with breast cancer, her mom dying, like all these heavy things she was dealing with.
It's a comedy set.
Yes.
Okay.
So the documentary on Netflix follows her like that year after. And she's releasing like a new stand-up set with HBO like at the end of August. It's just so nice. I don't know. I really appreciated like the candor. There's like a classic like lesbian falls for a straight girl story in between the documentary. It's like such a like classic lesbian story of unrequited love, and then like it turns out great in the end. So I am just like excited for all her success and what she's doing.
Aw,
And
Tig.
shout
I
out-
thought it's a dope name.
Yeah, I agree. That's who I'm buying around for. Who are you buying around for, Tracy?
Well, first I was gonna buy around for whales.
Whales?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think it's so crazy that they exist. Like, think about it. Think about how fucking big whales are. Just think about it.
I agree. It is wild
are
that they
fucking huge,
exist.
right?
Yeah.
I'm buying an official round for the Pod Squad.
Oh, yes.
Because I feel like nobody thinks about what happens behind the curtain.
Yo, you're so right, though.
So we were recently at the Podcast Movement Festival, which was held in Fort Worth. And it was dope because we talked to so many people. They were like, oh my gosh, I just love you guys. I love the show, love the show, love the show. And because we are the voices that everyone hears.
Yeah.
And because when we're written about, we are the, like, our picture and like our gif of us taking a very painful shot is what people see. Like, they never think about like what else goes into this show.
Yeah.
This is a lot of work. And like, without the Pod Squad, like there just is no
Y'all
show.
don't even know.
There's not, because I mean, like, not only do they have to be like good at the technical shit of like knowing how to fucking edit audio, they also have to know how to keep us together, which I would not wish on anybody. If my mother is listening, she's nodding her head right now, like, "Yep, I don't know how I did it for 33 years. I feel so bad for them." But I mean,
my God, you're so right.
Yeah, and I've worked so many jobs with with people that have not been the best or not been the easiest to work with.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just love coming to work every day. And I love knowing that like there's this thing that I have to do and I get to do it with people that I actually genuinely love and care for and trust.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Blessings on blessings.
And it's amazing. And I feel like because we're at the forefront or whatever, like nobody ever thinks about the other
Y'all
the
don't
other
even know.
Listen, without them, there is no us. So Eleanor and Jenna and Julia and Paul and Argo Studios, like, if you like anything about this show, then you must like everything about them.
Eleanor edited the white man on the street footage so
when
that
we were doing White Man on the Street, I was like, this is awful.
I was
We're
like,
wasting
did
time
we get
out here.
anything usable?
I was like, no, we got nothing.
And Eleanor's like, ooh, bloop, bloop, edit a few things here, edit
like
a few
the way
things
that
there.
she hears things.
Yes.
I'm just like, we listened to the same thing, right?
Yes.
But how come you made it good? How did you do that?
And
So
like
it's
Julia,
amazing.
who actually went out and did it with us.
Oh my, a whiz at talking to strangers.
And then Jenna just be like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. Jenna's a boss ass bitch.
She is.
So shout out to the fucking Pod Squad.
Yes. And listeners, if you are unfamiliar with the Pod Squad, please Google them, follow them on the Twitters, send them love mail as well. So that's, I guess we can just like bleed into the credits now. So thank you to the Pod Squad.
Hey.
Julia Furlan, Eleanor Kagan, and Jenna Weiss-Berman. You guys are amazing. Thank you for doing this with us still.
What a journey.
Thank you to Paul, who also puts up with us.
Yes.
Once I spilled tequila all over Paul's table, I felt so bad, and he didn't even make me leave. So thank you to Paul.
And shout out to Tracy
Oh my gosh.
for keeping me sane.
Oh my gosh. My period starts in like 3 days. I will cry. Thank you to...
Shout out to Rembert though. For real. We had such a fun
seriously, Rembert,
time.
you did great. I enjoy being able to pick on you and you still hang out. Come on.
Rembert once took a picture of us laughing at him. And someone in the comments, in his random Instagram comments, is like, they look like Patty and Selma from The Simpsons.
So now we will only answer to Patty and Selma.
Yes.
Only.
So shout out to Rembert. Shout out to Rembert.
Thank you, Rembert, for making that happen.
And thank y'all so much for listening.
Yeah, also a huge shout out to our in-house musicians, Jean Grey, who I hope you will listen to her new album because it's a fire. And to Don Will of the almighty Tanya Morgan. You can follow him at Don Will. Let's go get chicken sometime soon, guys. I tweeted
Not
this.
oysters, chicken.
Not oysters. Don't ever come near me with oysters.
Thank you all for listening. Yeah. If you like the show, rate us on iTunes.
Rate
if
us
you
well
don't,
on iTunes.
keep it to yourself. Email us at anotherround@buzzfeed.com. You can find me at Heaven Rants. You can find Tracy
at Brokey McPoverty. We did it, guys. Call some water. Nope.
No,
Call your mom.
Get some
Drink
water.
some medicine.
You are so drunk.
I'm not. I'm being silly on purpose.
Call your mom. Drink some water.
Take a walk.
Maybe try some yoga.
Maybe. Also read a book.
Read a book.
Yeah. I don't do that. I don't read books.
And that's where we're going to end, folks. Thanks for listening.
When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Drake has literally destroyed Meek Mill's career. I also said Meek Mills, which is the hood way to say Meek Mill.